Hey, I'm Moondev, and that day I developed a passion for trading bots and showing the RBI framework that I uncovered. Duh, you have to test your bots to see if they work in the past before you go ahead and throw 10K at them. If you can constantly research new trading ideas, then backtest those ideas to see if they worked in the past, and then take those that worked in the past and implement them into tiny bots. If you do that, you can't help but become a profitable algo trader. I'm just an independent trader from my bedroom who figured out a better approach to the market. And I believe code is a great equalizer. If you know how to code, you can build cash flow for generations, for the rest of your life. So the way I looked at automating my trading was this. I could learn all of this coding stuff. And best case scenario, obviously I'd have a bot that trades for me forever. But worst case scenario, I could just use my new coding knowledge and go get a job for 100K plus. That's a solid risk reward. And I know you're looking at your risk reward because you're a trader. Look, I know there's a lot of scammers out there. I want you to look me up. Google me, look on Trustpilot, type in Moondev, Algo Trade Camp. Look me up. You can see everything I'm saying is true. I have videos of every single piece of code I've ever written, all on YouTube. And that one that made me hundreds of $1,000s, that's on YouTube as well, dude. But just because it worked for me does not mean it's going to automatically just work for you. There's no plug and play. The number one rule of automated trading is never run someone else's bot. You have to understand what that bot does. Just like I got wrecked 10K on my first bot, how would you possibly know what somebody else's bot does? If there's like a plug and play bot out there, just run away. No one will ever give you a profitable trading bot. That's the number one way to spot a scam. If it's a plug and play bot, you know you're about to lose all your money. You see, I'm not the type of guy that's going to hype something up. I just try to transparently build what I think will make me money. Seriously, if you're skeptical at all, I have over 1,300 hours of YouTube tutorials. You can go watch my YouTube forever. Get to know me. Come back, make a decision. I've even hosted some of the best quants in the entire world, like Christina Shi. She traded upwards of $7.1 billion per day. That's billion with a B. And Dr. Ernest Chan, I've had a great conversation that you can go watch on YouTube right now. He's one of the best algo traders of all time. You know Jim Simons? Rest in peace. Well, who's next? Ernest Chan. And I've been able to learn from him. I've even had the pleasure of interviewing some unnamed Renaissance employees to talk about strategy that Jim Simons and Renaissance actually used. And I'm not telling you all of this just to brag, but I'm telling you this because I want you to take it seriously, because it could change your life. It's changed mine. Think about it. Who's one of the best traders of all time? Yeah, Jim Simons. He was the founder of Renaissance Technologies. What did Jim Simons do to trade better than anyone else? Yeah, he built trading bots that traded fully automatically. Even today, who's making all of the money on Wall Street? Yeah, the trading bot firms, dude. Google it. Google top trading firms. Who's going to show up? It's going to be like 2 Sigma, Jane Street, AQR, D. Shaw, Renaissance, all algorithmic traders. Jim Simons died with a net worth of $31.5 billion. That's billion dollars, dude. All from automated trading. Because Jim was smart enough to realize that there are patterns in the market that robots could trade and humans cannot. So he essentially executed his own RBI framework for years on end. And that's what I'm going to be showing you in this 3-day challenge. He once said, in a business like this, you have to just keep making things better and better and better. Essentially, always researching new strategies, then backtesting to see if those strategies worked in the past, and then implementing the winners into small bots. Jim executed his system of testing and deploying for years on end until he was hyper profitable. Look, Jim didn't just become a multi-billionaire. He changed bloodlines and created generational wealth for himself, of course, but also employees and investors. He returned over $100 billion in profits from 1988 to 2018. And he was able to give away $4 billion to charities. How cool is that? Imagine if you could have just a fraction of that impact. The sad truth is, most people don't actually want to make money trading, they just kind of want to gamble. So if you're committed to automating your trading, then it's an absolute travesty if you do not embrace these principles that I will be teaching you. So your trading can be as good as you know as it should be without the human emotional intervention. Now, on this page, you'll see exactly what is covered in the 3-day TradeBot challenge. If you think it is stuff that will help you automate your trading, then grab your ticket now. And at the risk of sounding bold, and I genuinely mean this, I think my stuff is the best. Not because of how much money I've made from my bots, but because there are plenty of people out there who have made a lot more money than I have. But more importantly, I don't think many people really want to share this stuff. And I believe I explain everything in the most simple manner so you can actually automate your trading as a regular person. I don't care how rich the gurus are. They make trading way too complicated and no one shows how to automate it. My goal is to make automated trading as simple as possible so you can do it right now. So my advice is to grab a general admission or a VIP seat to the TradeBot challenge. And I highly recommend you grab a VIP ticket because they get all of the recordings, and not only that, you get personal coaching as a VIP. You get to ask me questions throughout the 3-day event. Something that would cost 20 G's if you were trying to do one-on-one. But as a VIP, you could ask any question that you have, and I just consult for you for the 3 days of this event. So definitely think about that. Plus, they have access to all of the recordings. So the VIPs will get a lot more than the regular tickets. But either way, make sure you join today if you do want to automate your trading. Do not miss this opportunity. And I highly recommend the VIP. But here's the deal, dude. You can join the masses and keep trading by hand, looking for signals and investing in these cheap little solutions. Or you can invest in something that actually works. You see hundreds of people on this page that have gone through this and learned how to automate their trading. It's absolutely insane. So if you're interested in automating your trading, then grab your spot in the challenge right now. And trust me, you'll want to get the VIP experience. That's where we really roll up our sleeves and make the magic happen. Step up and start the challenge today. To ensure you have absolutely zero risk, I've implemented a cosmic level guarantee. Listen to this. You don't even have to say yes today because I have this 90-day, no questions asked cosmic guarantee, meaning you can just say maybe right now, sign up, watch the entire 3-day challenge. And if you feel like it wasn't worth it for any means, all you have to do is say, hey, Moondev, I want my money back. No questions asked. You get your money back over the next 90 days. That's a 90-day cosmic guarantee. So you get to automate your trading. And hey, if it's not for you, it's not for you. Get your money back. Go ahead, sign up right now because I will not be teaching this forever. And join me and a ton of other traders in your position. We are all stepping on the gas and we can't wait to see you inside of this 3-day challenge. Look, dude, I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars with this exact trading bot framework, and I'm not gonna just tell you about it. I'm gonna let you steal it. I'm gonna help you master it. In this 3-day trade bot challenge, if you're a crypto trader who's ambitious, committed, and persistent, and you typically are good at what you do, but you're just not having the results that you know you deserve in trading, here's a question for you. How would it feel if you could have a trading bot that traded for you for the rest of your life without you having to log onto your computer each day and stare at the screen? You see, I'm just a regular dude just like you, but for the last few years, I've been using trading bots to manage my entire portfolio while others, they struggled at controlling their emotions, staring at the charts all day. When you meet me in this 3-day TradeBot challenge, I'm going to give you my exact framework. We've all seen the endless ads, the cliches, the kids in the rented Lambos telling you how to trade. This is not that, dude. This is a proven trading bot framework backed by real data and thousands of hours of research into automated trading systems. And I put this system to the test with my own money and my own swarm of trading bots and hundreds of others I've transferred this knowledge to. And I want to transfer this knowledge to you now. While I can't give you a plug and play, set it and forget, make $1 million overnight, I actually put my money where my mouth is. And I use this exact framework that I'll be teaching you over the next 3 days. But look, you've seen the trading bots in the market. You've heard of successful algo traders, and you hear of quants that become wildly successful and they make crazy money. What do I think about mining? Mm, it's cool, I guess. I don't know if it's still profitable though. Is it? I think y'all gotta tell me that. Soldiers, definitely. Soldiers over Solana. Sniper bot for Solana. Sniper did better than Copy bot, that's for sure. But things changed. Heavy lifted like price, route, etc. Oh yeah, Jupiter does a nice job, doesn't it? Jupiter does a really nice job with. I like Jupiter SDK. Curious to see what's going on with that Jupiter stuff though. Did they just sweep that under the rug? The whole like front running thing or whatever. Oh, that's why I wanted to watch actually. Um, Trent posted this in the group today, so I want to go watch that real quick. FS Trent, let's just go to it. Discord here. Really, people talking all day long here.
With the Amex Gold Card, you get rewarded for discovering new favorites. From the hottest hot pot.
I've been playing with MCP integration into AI coding IDEs for the past few days. It has totally changed my workflow and boosted my productivity. So my cursor not only generates codes, but also calling text to image model to generate all the gaming assets that is needed for developing the game that you're seeing here. And not only that, when there are bugs, my cursor also look into console log and network.
Super sad, dude. I thought Jupiter was a good guy, but we'll see. I don't know.
Request to debug the error. It can even read my Supabase database directly and doing internet search, looking into my Figma file. All of those thanks to the MCP server function. So today I will take you through what is MCP, how can you integrate existing MCPs that other people already created, as well as the easiest way to set up your own MCP server in just a few minutes. For people who are watching this video, you probably more or less heard about MCP, which is a model context protocol introduced by Anthropic last year. It basically provides a universal interface for people to connect their agent to all sorts of different data source and external systems. You can think of MCP like a USB-C port for all sorts of different AI applications. Just like USB-C provides standardized way to connect your device to all sorts of different accessories, MCP provides standardized ways to connect AI model to different data source and external systems. What's really interesting is AI coding has evolved a lot for the past few months, from initially just a chat copilot to a composer that can create files, to nowadays all the modern AI IDE like Cursor and Windows Server, all building powerful agents that can do some plannings and take a lot of different type of actions. At default, Cursor coding agents will have a list of actions that it can take. But what if you wanted to do more? That's where the MCP comes in. You can build all sorts of different custom integrations so that cursor can access almost whatever you want. That really changed the game for AI codings. MCP can be used for many different scenarios. For example, some of MCP server might be just prompts where the agent can just call certain MCP like analyze code and it will return a proper user message with specific prompt that can guide the agent's behavior for the next actions. But on the other side, MCP can also be used to connect to different external resource as well as systems to calling different API endpoint. But when you look at Anthropic's MCP doc, it is fairly complicated and not exactly clear how can you install and create your own MCP very easily. That's why today I want to take you through some of my favorite MCP as well as the easiest way to build your own MCP that can connect your cursor into any source of system you want. So without further ado, let's get it. There are a few marketplaces already.
Again, 7 to 9. Look how much more training I have done by simply starting at 4. Right? And so now you do that, and as the years go on, the separation that you have with your competitors and your peers just grows larger and larger and larger and larger and larger. And by year 5 or 6, doesn't matter what kind of work they do in the summer, they're never going to catch up.
Existed that show you a list of MCP that other people have created that you can use, from Glama.ai, Smithry, Cursor.directory, as well as LLM systems where they have hosted MCP server that you can use. And the way you can use those platforms is that you can search for the MCP that you want to use. For example, if I want to add this sequential thinking MCP, which is a type of MCP that will force agent to think through a few different steps and do some plannings, I can choose the AI ID that I'm using, in this case it will be Cursor, and I can just copy this command line over, go to my cursor, select feature, and in the MCP server I can click on add MCP. I can give a name, and the name here doesn't really matter. I can just call it sequential thinking, and there are 2 different types you can choose. In most cases, for now, you'll probably choose command, which means it will run a local command to call the server. But if you're using some host MCP server, then you can choose SSE. But most of the time, it is almost always command. So we can add this and click add the button. You will see that this is a new MCP server added called sequential thinking, and this is one tool called sequential thinking. So what I can do is that we can start a new chat with agent and just give a prompt. I want to build a game. Now let's plan it using sequential thinking. Don't generate any code yet. And then you will be prompted to call this MCP server. And for this specific tool, if you open it, you can see that it is basically trying to use function call to force agent generate multiple different sorts. It is counting how many sorts that it needs to do in total, and the next sort needed will be true, which means if I finish this, it will try to continue doing another sort. Repeat this process for probably 8 times. If you want, you can also turn on this YOLO mode, which means you don't need to approve every single time, but I would suggest you to do the manual one first. But to make something more interesting, you can also search for a Reddit MCP. And one thing to note is that currently there's no standardized way to install or set up MCPs. Each MCP is kind of set up differently, and the quality of MCPs on those websites are also quite unstable. Many of them don't really work at all. And this makes adoption a lot harder. But I'll show you a few examples of common ways to install those MCPs. Basically, I want to find a command line to use. Sometimes they will provide npx package directly, which you can copy and start using. But quite often you will have a problem that it didn't really work. For example, if I copy this one and add a MCP server, Reddit, MCP, you might see that this MCP has no tool available, which means you can't do anything with it. But you might also say JSON like this. And for this one, you basically need to convert them into a single line command, which in this case will be the UVX from git link here, MCP Reddit. And you can separate them out with space. So I can copy this and add a new server, call it Reddit command, and paste it in. You can see that this has been added with 2 tools, fetch Reddit hot threads and fetch Reddit post content. And we can give it a try. What are some latest hot content on Reddit? It will try to call this MCP to fetch Reddit hot threads. And if I click accept, you can see it return some of the content from Reddit. So this is basically how you can use those existing platforms to find MCP that you might be able to use. But one really annoying thing of using other people's MCP at the moment is that even though there are MCP directories, many of those MCPs didn't actually work, or it is very complicated to set up with incomplete documents. I spent quite a lot of time testing different MCPs and filtered down a list of MCPs that is both useful and usable. I'll share those lists in the AI Builder Club community I'm building, and I'll continue sharing new interesting MCP I found. So if you're interested, you can click on the link below to join my community. But what I want to show you is a few MCP that I personally use a lot that really boost my productivity. And the first MCP I want to introduce is browser tools. This is MCP that give your cursor access to your browser console log and network tabs directly so that they can run your app debugging much easier. and also allow you to communicate with cursor about specific element that you want to change on the UI. Firstly, you will need to clone their Chrome plugin. So you can either run the command line git clone, or you can use GitHub desktop app and clone this specific repo. And once it's done, you can click on the settings in your Chrome extension and click on load unpacked. Then choose Chrome extension folder from the browser to MCP folder. You should see the browser to MCP show up here. And next, we want to add MCP server to cursor. You can click on settings, feature, MCP server, and just give a name browser